this awareness extends its thanks to you as well. That this awareness will move on to a last question, and this would be Michael. Thank you for waiting, Michael.
Thank you, awareness. I just wanted to pass on a story that I believe fits the synchronistic theme of tonight's meeting. And this was something that happened a little less than a week ago. So there's a young girl. I'm not sure what you would call her, maybe spiritual guide or teacher. Her name's Elizabeth April, and she has a big YouTube channel. And she's clairvoyant, psychic. She communicates with people's spirit guides and also with the Galactic Federation, and she gets a lot of good information. In fact, a lot of her information seems to have matched up very, very nicely with what the awareness has said in the past. So I believe most of her information to be pretty accurate and correct. But she has a huge following. She has like thousands of people following her, and just for the sake of it, I decided to. She had a 7-day free trial on her website. She doesn't do personal readings anymore, but she does a bi-weekly coaching call. And there's like hundreds of people that listen into the coaching call, but she only has enough time to do like 3 or 4 people per session, and most people never get to talk to her. But I joined the free thing just for the heck of it. I'm like, yeah, I like her YouTube channel, so I'll check it out for a few days. Free trial. Like 3 days into the free trial, I joined the coaching call, and I just had a feeling like, oh, she's gonna pick me like to do a little reading, and she did.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very synchronistic and very, like I said, people wait for like years and never get picked, but she gave some good information about that. She said my spirit guides that I needed to come through so that they could tell me that to work on self-love. Like subconsciously, I might not have the self-love for myself that I consciously think I do, and to work on like, self-love affirmations and so forth, and, and all that sort of thing. But I just thought it was very synchronistic too. Like I said, she has a huge following. Like most people never get to talk to her. She doesn't do personal readings, but just on a lark, just to join for the free trial and just to get her to do that little like connection, I thought was pretty synchronistic. Does awareness care to comment?
Yes, this awareness would comment. You say she chose you, but this awareness says it was you that chose her to come through. It can be viewed, and it is normally how it is viewed, that this choice came from outside. Remember how often this awareness has spoken of that which is the outside, the periphery, versus that which is in the inner circle, the inside. If you are looking at her that she chose you, you are disregarding what this awareness is saying, is that you are the creator being. Now, this awareness must pause because there's a horrible feedback from your open mic. If you could mute for a moment or two, that would be appreciated, Michael. Thank you. Now, as this awareness was saying, and it is so typical, it is why this is such a great thing to introduce, Michael, how it could be that you see yourself now, you were the originator of your miracle, because you were taking in this information and you decided at some level of your consciousness that you would receive it, that you would pick your call when thousands wait for, as you said it yourself, for years and are never picked. But you had a feeling. You put something out. You held it was possible that she could phone you and that she would choose you, which she did. You see, what this awareness is trying to do is flip for you, Michael. That perspective that it happened from outside you, she randomly picking you, Elizabeth April, picking you from the thousands. This awareness could say there is something in that, to that, in that. She goes by sensitivity to energy fields. And for some reason, she picked up on your energy field. But if this awareness in what it's saying makes any sense, it is because you allowed her to feel your energies and you held as possible. This is how it is, the impossible dream. You held it as actually possible that she would pick you because you have sent out energies. She picked up on those energies. And in synchronicity, those two energies coming together, your intent of having a reading done by her and her intent on doing readings for those she was drawn to, as she was drawn to you. And so it was a synchronistic miracle indeed. Does this make sense to you, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great way to look at it. It ties very nicely into the theme of today with regards to being your own creator being. And not that being picked is a victim mentality, but it furthers that perspective that things happen to you versus you happening to the world. Or you want to change your perspective that you happen to the world doesn't happen to you.
This is so. But given the old rules of how to play the game that most people accept, they do not think of it that way. Indeed, they think that it is mostly a life of hard work, sorrow, pain, suffering, and at the end of it, it can all be taken away from you by ones who have more power than you. But this awareness is letting you all know that you are the power source and you are hooked in and plugged in to the source itself, the divine source itself, and many layers and levels of that level of consciousness that we call omnipotent and omniscient and all seeing and all knowing. And it is all about you in the end. But this is a truth far beyond most. And even as this awareness says this truth to you all, that you are all of the God and you are all the Godhead, it is still a difficult thing to accept as so. Moi, me, could it be me? Could it be that I am of that which is of the source itself? And that I am living this life in total ignorance because of the way I was taught about things? And that it is time now to start opening my eyes and opening my heart? Is this how you can move forward to open up to the truth of your own being? That you are of a source that is omniscient, omnipotent, amazing, all-seeing, etc., etc. And this is that which this awareness is asking you all to feel out, to start considering, to know even more intimately than it is known to you already. For some of you are very advanced and very complicated in that which is the structure of your own consciousness. To be told that you are of the Christ energies, for example, men and women, for you are of the Christ energies. But to hold this to be so, could it be so? Moi, me? And yet this is exactly what this awareness is giving to you today and has spoken on this many times over. And sometimes it must speak over and over and over before it is finally accepted into the fabric of your being as being so, that you may be the Christ itself, the Christos itself. You may be anointed in the energies of the Christ energies, the Christos. You may have that which is your angelic temperament and beingness. And it may be so that the Mother herself is the one who speaks to you when you are in nature or in your garden or even sitting in your chair. It is indeed the most amazing time. And your example just now, Michael, shows you how close you are to delineating the difference between letting that which is from outside of yourself be the answer versus knowing the answer from within yourself that you were the one that put the energy out and accepted that it could be so that you could have this happen randomly. So it seems, so you're told, when it was not random and uneventful or meaningless. It was a synchronistic miracle that you can do again and again, not just with this lady, Elizabeth April, but with others and in your life. And knowing, as she did say to you, that all you need to do is open your heart and to allow the love of the unconditional love of spirit and of source flow into you. For you are deserving, for it is your birthright, and it is, if you wish it to be, all right to be who you are. It is all right to be you, in other words, that you are loved from that which is this awareness, which is the divine source, which is the angelic, the Christos, all of it, your high self and your beautiful inner self, the low self. It is all there. The great mystery is there for you, Michael, as it is for all others. And you have taken steps more so than ever in the last few months towards understanding the deeper truth of your being. At some point, you must begin to believe it. And when you do, then it will indeed take off for you. Does this make sense to you, Michael?
Yes, it's funny because I never even thought to think of it in those terms until you mentioned it. But I guess I'm on the right track.
Yes, this awareness would say you're on the right track. But then again, everyone is on the right track. Everyone. Do not be confused with the right track, meaning everything goes smoothly and easily for you. Because sometimes the right track, as intended by one coming into this physical existence, to have an experience of this game board, this particular game called 3D reality, that nothing works, or it is a painful life and a suffering life, because that is what you wanted to experience as a spiritual being that had no pain or suffering that way. So sometimes some come to, not some, this awareness will actually say many come with the intent to have experiences of what you would call negative in nature. It is not that you need to understand why, and it is difficult to understand why indeed, but that to know every soul who expresses itself and comes into the physical realm to play this fun game, 3D reality, is here for their own purpose. And you do not have to know what that purpose is. All you really are asked to know is, what is your purpose? What is your rhyme and reason for being? And that is why this awareness can say, yes, you are on track for the experience of the lifetime, this lifetime, your lifetime. And so you can learn from it, open to it, expand in consciousness, even experience ascension awareness in consciousness in the journey itself. And that is the glory of this game for you, for all. To have that opportunity to see through it and beyond it, through the many lifetimes you have experienced while playing this game over and over, that maybe, yes, maybe you are finally coming to a point of understanding and clarity that will give you even greater understanding, inner standing, as you play the game and as you move along the game board of life that is 3D reality. This awareness feels complete with this. Does this answer for you, or does this present a concept that you can look into deeper?
Absolutely. And I was wondering if I could ask a quick follow-up question.
A very quick one, please. Yes.
Yeah. I know Elizabeth April is very gifted and she has great intentions. One of the sources that she communicates with is the Galactic Federation. How pure and untampered does the awareness see this connection that she has with entities that she believes are from the Galactic Federation?
There are many levels and layers to that question and to that organization, if you wish to call it an organization. That this awareness could say that it is sensed that it is not all at the highest level, but it is seen that her intent is of a high nature, and that she is calling forth an aspect and layering of that organization, the Galactic Foundation, that is more in the light than in the dark. There are different, as said, layers and levels to this organization. That which needs to be held the strongest is that she is in touch with that which is the galactic foundation of light, of the divine light, of the spiritual light of the source itself. And in this, then this awareness says to you, in your striving to understand what you call in for yourself to be of the highest nature, that you call forth the highest level of spirit for yourself, which is the divine source itself. And that you only correspond or communicate or are open to that, to receive that conversation from one who also is highly evolved. This awareness would call this woman, Elizabeth April, as a highly evolved being who has, how to explain it, there is an attraction to her. And it's not necessarily on a physical level or anything of that nature, but there's something she offers that draws you to her, that you can hold as not only interesting, but relevant to your own personal journey and how you see things and how you are trying to understand things, understand things, and how you are trying to move forward in your spiritual journey. That there is always those who are followers for those who are teachers. Sometimes this is in the light, sometimes this is in the dark. Sometimes it is straight in between both. And that is the sacred neutrality, to be straight between both the dark and the light. And to know that if you are considering your own journey as being relevant first and foremost to yourself beyond what others tell you, before what others tell you even, then you hold that you are of the light yourself and that you wish to know this harmony and this balance so that the dark does not represent the evil that you are taught it to be, and that you can hold unconditional love for those who are of the dark, as you hold unconditional love for those who are in the light. But most of all, greatest lesson of all, is that you hold the light in that which is yourself, that you hold unconditional love for yourself. And this is a difficult thing to accomplish. But while you are seeking, and when you find teachers that can express these concepts to you, that means this awareness, that means Elizabeth April, that means whoever else you might follow as a guru or teacher, that you always do it from the level of the heart, your own understanding and awareness, that those teachers who appear in your life, that share with you, sometimes they challenge you, sometimes they console you, sometimes they uplift you, but they are all there because you have called them in. And you have said to Source, consciously or unconsciously, that you want experiences and teachers and events in your life that can help you find the inner awareness, the inner standing, that can help you move forward, that can help you find that which is your spiritual nature and spiritual body in context to a life being lived in the context of this life being lived, which is you here, a creator being of source divine, playing tricks on itself, keeping oneself in the ignorance of an unknown reality, but it is known. This is the contradiction, that you have the answers within you. All of you have. Not just you, Michael, but all have. But you will find the ones that can help you the most, given the purpose you have assigned yourself, the point of the life you are here to experience, and the goals that you have. The race that the cards indicated that you have been running, you are close to the finish line of a set of experiences that will move you to the next race, to the next experience, to the next accomplishment of your race towards spiritual enlightenment. But you know this already within you, do you not?
Yes, indeed.
Hmm. And that is why this awareness feels complete at this time. It is hoped that this awareness is a good teacher for you. But then again, this awareness doesn't really care if you say no. This in terms of humor.
Awareness, you're the top of the heap, as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, Michael. And you are the top of the heap as well. On the top of the heap as well.
Thank you, awareness.
And it is hoped that you caught awareness's humor there.
Always do.
Excellent. Thank you, Michael, for chatting with this awareness today. But this
My
moves
pleasure.
awareness. You're welcome. Now, moving forward, time for a small meditation today. A meditation on the impossible dream. So, if you would all prepare yourselves and center yourselves, a few deep breaths to relax yourself. Now, moving forward. This awareness asks you to imagine, first of all, and Michael, please mute your phone, please.
No, it's muted. I have had it muted.
Then it is perhaps someone else that needs to mute their phone. Having said that, this awareness will continue. Thank you all for being vigil here with this matter. This awareness asks you now to find yourself walking in nature. Perhaps a place known to you, a favorite place you have been to before, to camp and to hike. It may be a mystical land, a mystical landscape. But in any event, this awareness asks you just to see yourself walking in nature, feeling the beauty of it around you, the fresh air, the sunshine, the sounds of nature all around you. And you stop. You stop short, right there, on this path, with nature and the trees around you, the forest, the mountains, or whatever you are seeing and experiencing. You stop. You suddenly say, this is a miracle. This is a unusual experience that I am becoming aware of. But I enjoy this. I enjoy this wonderful miracle that is happening. In this moment, hold it. Hold this experience and feel an absolute rapture of joy and thanksgiving for being here now in this moment, this perfect moment. Feel this deeply. Know it. That which is coming to you is of the source itself. And as you are standing there on the path, suddenly before you one appears who is glimmering in the light of the golden source energy, the divine energy. And yes, there are wings. This meaning that an angelic being is standing there, glowing golden before you. And you are overwhelmed that such as he could be there in front of you, standing in front of you in this perfect moment. And he says to you that they have come to you because you have experienced that moment of realization, revelation, that aha moment, so that they could pick up on you, so they could feel your energy, see you there, and thus come to you. This one has come to you to guide you. And she says to you, what do you wish? What do you want? What is your impossible dream? And you say to them, or to this one, I don't know. I don't know what I want. And she says to you, then I cannot grant you anything. Because if you do not know what you want, then how can I grant it for you? You can call forth anything you want. You are a manifester, and I will work with you. I will manifest it for you. But you must know what you want. Consider this then, that you need right now to simply take a moment to think about what you want. And it can be anything you want. This impossible dream is only impossible to the degree you hold it to be impossible. It is impossible when you do not feel you deserve anything. It is impossible when you are of a belief system that says such things are not possible. But she, this golden one, is telling you, no, tell me what you want and then I will manifest it for you and with your approval. But if you cannot tell me, then I cannot do anything. So, in this moment, take this moment and consider deeply, what do you want right now? It can be something frivolous. Yes, indeed, it can be something frivolous. It can be something earnest and deep and powerful that you want to bring into your life. It can be wealth if you need it, want it. It can be spiritual abundance and surplus and joy. It can be love. It can be happiness. It can be having a nice drink to drink right now. Frivolous, if you wish. Doesn't matter. For you see, you have the right to wish anything, to dream anything. And it is time now to start understanding that it is you and you alone that prevent the granting of the wishes of your life, the dreams, the impossible dreams of your life, from manifesting, from happening. So, this awareness steps back a moment and asks you all to think, what is it that you are doing that blocks this putting forward to this being, this golden shimmering being, what you want? And try to see and feel and know the understanding of knowing what you are doing, how you are blocking yourself. Do this now. And now, if you have been cognitive of that which is the process of inner awareness, maybe you have an answer. And what is it that is blocking you? And even if you do not have an answer, do not worry about it, because as soon as you put it out there, energy starts moving that will bring you the answer. So if you are intent on finding an answer of how you block yourself and why you might not feel you are worthy to receive, and this is genuine, this desire is genuine for you, then it will bring an answer to you. Perhaps not in this moment, but in the next days, weeks, months. Because once you put out your intent, and once you have direction in which to aim this intent, then that intent can be manifested for you. And it is through your intent and desire that it becomes so. And yes, you can call a spiritual one, such as this amazing golden shimmering being that you have drawn to yourself. Or it can come in the form of someone entering your life, not even realizing this person is to be a teacher for you. And it may only be a moment or two of interaction between yourself and another to be given an answer. Or it may come from someone known to you. But the point this awareness is saying is you have the right now to call into your life the understanding of who and what you are, of how it is that you may block things from happening or you may bring things in because of how you understand things to be. But returning back to this perfect moment in this perfect landscape with this perfect being in front of you, she now asks you, would you be willing to go on a journey with him, her? For obviously, this being is androgynous. And you say yes. And so she brings you, actually, the she being walks up to you and reaches out as her hand. And you take the hand of this one. And suddenly you are transported away. At this time, as it is your journey, and as you can direct it by your intent, that you can say, I wish to have an experience of the journey of a lifetime into the heart of the divine source. And I trust that you will bring me there. As you say this to this one, this glimmering one, you are transported to a location of your imagining, of its presentation to you. And this awareness will let you have this unique and wonderful experience now. And while you are where you are, energies present themselves to you. The energies of the divine, the energies of the golden source. And that there is a bridge called the Golden Rainbow Bridge. And that this is that which connects to that which is the A42 timeline, but brings those who cross this bridge to the golden source timeline, the new time, the new world, the new way of things. And from that place you are at, move now to that which is the golden rainbow bridge, the connecting bridge between the A42, which is that which is the 3D landscape that is underway, to that which is coming forth and has entered, that which is the golden cycle, the golden time, the golden energies of Source itself. A new landscape, and this is also the impossible dream for many. But this awareness asks you now, while on the golden rainbow bridge, as you cross over and as you enter into the golden cycle of the time of Source entering as it is, as you enter into it, you can dream the impossible dream of what lies ahead for you, for loved ones, for humanity, for the mothers, the divine mothers, the divine fathers. Be there now. Know that you are multidimensional in your nature, and that you can stand here on the bridge and enter into the golden source timeline energies and still be part of other energies, other consciousness, other places of location and of being. Bring it all together in whatever unique way you can do so now. And as you are there in the golden source energies, in the new world, the new way, you become aware that you are still now holding the hand of the one who came to you, the glimmering golden one. And she says to you now, it is time for you to make a wish. And so, for each of you, make a wish that you receive something. And you can ask for whatever you wish. Know that if you ask for $10 million, there is that low part, the low self part of you that may say, that is too much. I can't call $10 million in. So don't make it an impossible situation in the first place by saying you can't do this. And thus it is sometimes easier to wish for $10 than $10 million. But what this awareness is saying is nonetheless hold that which you call in, that which you are wishing for, is something that could happen to you, especially if you let go of the hesitation, of the disbelief, of the questioning of whether or not it can come to you. You have done work tonight to understand how you block yourself that way. And therefore, this step is saying to yourself, from within yourself, that yes, I can call something for myself. I can manifest for myself. I deserve it. I hold this to be right for me, and I hold this to be so for me. So, think of it. What is it that you would love to have or receive? Whatever. It is your right for whatever you want to put out the wish, put out the impossible dream, and say, this is what I want. And this completes the meditation. Hold that which you wish for and that which you saw and the deeper answers that you were given, the understanding that you got through this is here within you now. And it is yours to enjoy. And it is yours to enlighten you. And it is yours to guide you and inspire you. For you are the one that is the dreamer. And you are the one that holds within you the power and the capacity to finish the race that has been a race of decades, of lifetimes, etc. And that you are ready now to move forward, to cross the finish line and to begin another race that lies ahead. But right now, right in this moment, be grateful and thankful to that which you have received today. And know that it is not just in the last few minutes of this meditation that these things are available, but they are available in the days, weeks, months, and years ahead. For it is so, and so it is. That this awareness calls you back into an awareness of your state and of your being that is there with you now, that you are in now. That these times right now are of great significance. And much is underway, far more than you even realize. And do not be surprised if in the next few days events happen that will radically change things for you in your personal life, for you in your region where you live, in your country, and indeed globally and in the collective that is the human collective. All you need to do is dream it to be so. You have come for the purpose of bringing forth the new reality, the new golden age. And you are here by your choice. And if you hold this to be so, accepting that it is so, it is then so. And if you cannot, then work on it. For you are here to be part of this journey of the new realm, the new reality, the new way of it. That this awareness sends its light, its love, its blessings to one and all. It is complete, it is done, it is so, and so it